Kirsty, you got a question?
Yeah, so something I found quite difficult this year is trying to get people enthusiastic about going raiding in the town centre, so like bucket shaking in people's faces basically. So it's quite, I think it's quite good fun, it's quite an easy way to raise a lot of money, but have you got any exciting ways of getting people to actually do it?
Well, I think raiding is a good way of making money, and a good way to make it sort of more accessible to people is by doing it as a group as such and making it more of a social activity. But I don't think raiding is the only way. I think I'd put more emphasis on people putting more time rather than necessarily going raiding, because a lot of people feel a bit uncomfortable about that. So maybe, putting some more personal work, like going, for example, big siblings or something like that. I think those sort of aspects of charity I would emphasise more.
Thank you.
I actually think that raiding would be quite effective, an easy and effective way to do it, and I'd probably try to get people more involved by just actually advertising it more, doing what kind of Paul does, going to places like the college bar so people are more aware of what we're doing, because I don't know if you've done it this year, I haven't heard of it, so just try to actually engage people into it. So I think that's a very easy, quick way and effective way to do it. So
I actually think raiding's really cool because you can earn like 50 quid in half an hour and that feels awesome. I think most people are really reluctant to try it because they've never done it before, so I think that if you encourage people to try it for the first time, then they'll get hooked onto it. And also I think if you introduce an element of competition between groups of people who go out raiding one weekend, it'd be really good because then people will try to earn as much money as possible. And I think making people aware of the fact that there's the college totals on the Bragg Central website, that'd be really good to know that they're contributing towards our college total. Yeah.
Are there any other questions from the floor? Monica.
I noticed that all three of you have been on charity committees before, either in college or in your own school. So I just wondered if you can tell me about like your biggest contribution to during the time when you were on charities.
I'm going to reverse order for that, so that's good.
When I was in high school, I was president of Habitat for Humanity, and that involved organising 200 volunteers on 3 different builds to construct houses in rural Thailand. So I think that was really good. We managed to raise 100,000 baht, which translates to about like only £1,000, but it was enough to put a roof over 3 families. So I think that's probably my biggest contribution.
Thank you.
I think just in my sixth form, I kind of helped to organise a talent show. And really, I'm a people person, and I think what I kind of contribute is just making people feel that they can participate, and in terms of just actually not stopping until events are really important, that people feel that it kind of fulfills their interests.
This is going to sound a bit paradoxical, but I think that my biggest contribution has been consistency. So I don't just help out with one event and then slack off for a bit. I'm helping with every single event. So for example, with the Naked Calendar, I acted as Paul's personal assistant, which was quite fun. Can I keep going?
That's time. Thank you. There's room for one more question from the floor. Yes.
Have you given any thought to what charity you give money to?
Okay, I'll go to Edith.
I think over the summer I kind of worked on behalf of the British Red Cross, and I found that they do quite a lot. Even it's not just kind of international work helping people after a natural disaster, but they do quite a lot in the UK by kind of offering first aid kind of services, helping even down to when someone's kind of power supplies out, they've actually gone to people's houses. So just I think that's a very kind of formidable charity to give to. So.
And then I will go to
I would actually really look into some charities within Cambridge, or at least within the area, because I think part of charity is actually seeing where your work is going. And I think it would be really good to actually liaise with charity for 1 year and be able to see what your money is doing. So perhaps a children's home within the area, going and helping them and seeing what your money is being used for. Because I think that would really make people really want to help out.
Usually we choose 4 charities every year. I think that it'd be better to cut this down to 3, and I think that we should span maybe, we could have a local one in Cambridge, we could have one that acts internationally, And I also want to have a spread, so maybe something that works on education, something that works in health, and something that works on like natural disasters. And I think that it's also really important that you all have a say in what charities we choose. So I'm going to make it open to college to provide possible charities, and then the charities committee from there will make decisions.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.